Hey everyone, it's Serotonin. Um, I wanted to share a really incredible article that I found today. It was actually originally through this website right here, which is Galactic Connection, and I'm gonna let that give that a chance to load because my computer is like as slow as snails. Anyway, basically it's about the companies that buy and sell your information on the stock market, and so I'm just gonna have a little look here. So here are the data brokers quietly buying and selling your personal information. Oh, and here we go. We've loaded up over here. So this was where I originally found the article right here. So I do want to give some kudos to this website for leading me this way. And then here, I'll just show you. It's an interesting website anyway. It's got some pretty neat stuff. There is quite a bit of disinformation. So I would take everything that you read on any of your websites with a grain of salt. You discern what you need to. Anyway, so this was it, and then you click onto here, and it brings you here. So for those of you that are new to this, I'm just going to leave it on this Venn diagram because I think this is super important, and you guys can have a little look at some of these companies, and also maybe my thumbnail will end up being this, which I'm super hoping that's going to happen. So for those of you that don't know, our birth certificates are being traded on the stock exchange. And this is an international thing. This isn't just, the US. I'm not in the US, and this is happening everywhere, every country. For those of you that don't know, our birth certificates are written under Admiralty law, which is basically the law that is being put on pretty much the legal system, which is kind of a global thing at this point, but definitely in the US and Canada, I've no doubt, and UK. And so everyone is treated as a vessel, and there are matching words etymologically. They all kind of match up, and English is a created language. It's a spell casting language, and that's why there's a lot of similes and synonyms that mean really opposite things. Like, a prism is something that divides pure light into the 7 different spectrums, which is part of what I believe are chakras. If you've been listening to my podcast, sorry, you'll start to become more familiar with a lot of this stuff. And then, of course, prism sounds like a prison. Anyway, basically, they buy and trade your birth certificates, which are basically naming you as a deceased vessel of the ocean. And with these birth certificates, they actually make money, which technically belongs to you. So more on that if you dig for it, but I will see if I can find something a little interesting to add to the description box that will explain that more. Anyway, I'm not going to read this whole article. It's extremely long. I'm just going to zip down so you guys can see. There's lots of great, infographics and stuff, and then it really gets into all the different companies. And it tells you how you can delete your data, how you can access your data, and what is it that they know about you. I really, really want to recommend that everybody do their own research. And Steve Mendeles and Alex Pasternak have done a really great job of putting this all together. It says here that I'm just going to start us off with the first couple of paragraphs here. It's no secret that your personal data is routinely bought and sold by the dozens, possibly hundreds of companies, but what is less known is who those companies are and exactly what they do. Thanks to new Vermont law requiring companies that buy and sell third-party personal data to register with the Secretary of State, we've been able to assemble a list of 121 data brokers operating in the U.S. It is a rare, rough glimpse into a bustling economy that operates largely in the shadows and often with few rules. Even Vermont's first-of-its-kind law, which went into effect last month, does not require data brokers to disclose who's in their databases, what they collect, or who buys it. Nor does it require brokers to give consumers access to their own data or opt out of data collection. Brokers are, however, required to provide some information about their opt-out systems under the law, assuming they provide one. If you do want to keep your data out of the hands of these companies, you'll often have to contact them one by one through whatever Optit systems they provide, and more on that below. And so I guess what they're saying, what they're getting to here is that all of these companies have your information. And I do want to say what I find very creepy is some of these businesses, some of these names, I know for other reasons. Like I have friends who worked for them. It's a bit creepy. It's more than a bit creepy. It's extremely creepy. But there's, so yeah, MailChimp, call center, loyalty programs, all these free things that we, opt into, like Adobe, all this stuff, right? Anyway, there you go, guys. I'm here to inform and let you know. As for you and what you want to do with this information for yourselves and your loved ones, that's up to you. So, my recommendation is that you have an awesome night and stay warm, and God bless.